So welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday the 14th of December, day 14 of the Advent calendar, and this is the well, at the time much hyped and much sensationalized IS-3A is our offer today. The reason why I say it was much hyped and sensationalized is when this was first sort of leaked as being a premium, everyone got incredibly excited because they had envisioned an auto-loading IS-3, so having a magazine like an AMX series tank, but actually it's not like that at all. It's just an automatic loading system which replaces the need for a loader. It makes it slightly quicker at reloading, but not to a huge degree, and certainly not a magazine fire. So yeah, very hyped, very excited by a lot of people. Ultimately people went, yeah, it's a slightly weaker IS-3, isn't it? And it sort of is and it sort of isn't. So anyway, this is day 14's offer, the IS-3A. Again, two packages you can get for this. You can buy the tank alone. It's an expensive one. It is a tier 8 Russian heavy tank. And like the IS-6, its price point is very high as a result, £36.83 or €43.95 for the tank and a garage slot. Or you can buy the outrageously expensive bundle, which is this thing, which is the tank, the garage slot, 5,500 gold, 15 of the ×5 victory missions, and 30 personal reserves of 100% crew experience for 2 years, for a whopping great £50.28, or just shy of €60. Ridiculous amount of money. 50 quid on a pixel tank. So that's your offer today. Let's have a quick look in the wiki and see what it's like. So the IS-3A, it has 1550 hit points, which is not bad at all. It weighs around about 50 tons. Talked about this already. One of the big problems with this tank is it only has a 3-man crew, so it has commander, gunner and driver. There's no loader, and therefore it's not a great crew trainer for using with your other Russian heavy tanks. Horsepower, engine horsepower 520, top speed of 40, reverse speed of 15, traverse speed of 26 degrees per second, and a power ratio of 10.6. So generally it's not as quick accelerating as a standard IS-3, but it's pretty much the same sort of top speed, so it takes longer to get there. So it's a little bit sluggish, if I'm honest, certainly compared to an IS-3, which seems like a whippet in comparison. Armour is identical to the IS-3, so hull armour is 110, 90, 60, and it has that sort of V shape at the front, so you have to be really careful how you angle, and you need to try and keep that lower plate out of view of the enemy, because it's very, very soft and squishy. Turret armour is 249 at the top, although it does have that weak point above the gun, the hatch there, 172 at the side and 100 at the rear. So really good turret armour. The standard ammunition on the IS-3A is APCR. Its premium is heat. So its penetration with its standard APCR is 221, which is excellent. 270 with a heat round and 61 with an HE round. Average damage 390 with its standard round and its heat round, and a whopping 560 with HE. So very, very nice, pretty good pen and very nice damage. However, the gun handling isn't that brilliant even for a Russian tank. Rate of fire is okay. In fact, it's better than a standard IS-3. That's the advantage of the auto-loading system on it. 5.13 rounds per minute gives it an average damage per minute of 2000, which is adequate. It's fine. Accuracy is 0.46, so that is not great. Aim time is 3.4, which is also not great. Turret traverse 22 degrees per second is okay. It's a heavy tank after all. And gun depression is a bit disappointing at -5 and +19, and it only carries 28 rounds, which isn't not a lot really. but they are big rounds, so I guess that's to be expected. View range is 350, which is, yeah, it's okay. It's a Russian heavy tank, what do you expect? Signal range 720. Pros and cons on this one: good penetration for a Russian premium heavy, comparable to the Top Gun on the IS-3. Standard ammunition has very high velocity, improving the chances of hitting a moving target. Yeah, obviously because it's APCR, it moves quicker than a standard AP round, and therefore you don't need to give an awful lot of lead on your shot. However, the aim time is such that actually firing at long range or on a moving target is quite tough. Good top speed, even better than the regular IS-3. However, as I say, it takes a while to get there, so you'll be beaten off the blocks by the IS-3. You may eventually catch him and overhaul him, but generally there's not many opportunities to do that for real in a real battle situation. Good rate of fire for a Russian premium heavy, gives much improved DPM over the IS-3. Yeah, well, that's the autoloader at work, so that 2000 DPM makes a big difference. Can mount a gun rammer despite being an autoloader, so that's a good advantage. So you can get that DPM up and increase its firepower very quickly. Cons: very poor power to weight ratio, limits mobility, so that's my point around getting off from the start. So it's very sluggish to get moving. Once it's going, it's got a good top speed, but it takes a lot to get it shifting. Regular ammunition is APCR, so penetration drops rapidly with distance. So this is one of the intangibles on the World of Tanks. APCR and heat, I believe, loses penetration the further it goes in the air. So although this shell is much quicker and therefore better at firing at range than a standard AP round, it does lose penetration. So that's, yeah, positives and negatives, right? Turret armor is less effective than the regular IS-3 due to the change in turret shape. I haven't noticed that being a massive problem myself, but yeah, if they say so, that's what they say. Poor accuracy and aim time, yeah, it's a dog, frankly, with that, but it's a tank you need to get up close and personal with, so the accuracy and aim time is less of a problem. 3-man crew limits the potential as a crew trainer. Well, yeah, dead right. I have a special IS-3A crew of mine. I don't even try and train other crews in it because it really isn't any good for that at all. But it's quite a fun tank to play as a premium, so there you go. So that's day 14 sorted and in the bag. IS-3A, it's nothing special in my book. It's not anything really significantly different from an IS-3, except it's a premium and it's a crap crew trainer at that. But you know, if you want it for your collection, that's what it is. Looking at what's coming up next, we've got a question mark tomorrow according to the leaked calendar, so we have no idea what's coming. How exciting! On the 15th, the IS-2 Berlin, which is the premium IS tank, tier 7 Russian, on the 16th, and 17th, 18th we have no idea. Then the excellent Cromwell Berlin on the 19th, 20th and 21st we don't know. Then the Girlfriend, the Rudy, and a new premium apparently. So we'll see what that means. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful to you. If it was, give it a like, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. It's free and it means you get to see when I post the videos. In the meantime, have fun, enjoy your Wednesday. Try not to take it all too seriously. It is a Wednesday, it's almost Christmas, and have a good time. And try not to get too excited in your games in the new patch. So 9.17 went live this morning, so I expect lots of you will be on there playing with the Swedish tanks, which is exactly what I will be doing today. See you soon. Gamerdom out.